Greetings, crafty friends. Welcome to another episode of Angela Shows You. This is video number 2 in a series of videos about um, going green, reuse, buying and or making things and products that can be used more than once to reduce your impact on the planet, and also more important, well, equally as important, saving some money. So yesterday we talked a little bit about Earth Breeze laundry detergent sheets and their ease of using them and them being economical. They come in a small little paper envelope that is biodegradable. And we talked a little bit about using reusable shopping bags when you are out and about, whether you're grocery shopping, clothes shopping, craft shopping, whatever it is that you're doing. And I linked to a tutorial on making your own shopping bags, and that in the tutorial, I kind of talked a little bit about how you can, use my measurements and whatnot from my pattern more as a guide. If I cut mine 17 by 17, but I also have cut bags bigger than that. So when I make a Costco run, I have bags that are larger in size. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple more things that you might consider doing if you are looking for some opportunity to have reusable things and maybe save yourself a little bit of money. So one thing that I did want to mention is reusable water bottles. So I have several of these water bottles. This one I bought at Dick's. I'm not sure what the brand is. It doesn't have a brand name on it. Oh, Hydro Flask. I might have bought this at REI. It was either Dick's or REI, but I liked this one because this is like a rubber. So it's nice because it almost acts like a little bit of a stopper, and it kind of keeps keeps the water bottle a little more stable. And then I used my Cricut machine and I put my name on this water bottle. And I have another one. I have a Yeti that's really large. I think it's like a 32-ounce cup, and I put my name on that as well. So reusable water bottles are great. I have multiple, everybody in my house has multiple water bottles. My son has one. I think we put his name on his. So these are great. We fill them up, if we're taking off for a road trip, or, even just out and about running errands. We like to take our water bottles. These ones are really nice. This Hydro Flask one is nice. The Yetis are nice because they do keep the contents of your whatever you fill your water bottle with. Sometimes, my husband uses his for soda, but you can put juice in them. I mean, it doesn't have to be, we call it a water bottle, but you can put anything in it. It does keep the contents cold for a really long time, especially if you put some ice cubes in it. This will keep my water cold for a good 8 to 10 hours. So it really does, it's worth the expense. And, so this was, I want to say this was probably about $25, somewhere in that area. But if you're buying bottled water, those add up also. So, and those tend to be single use. And I know I've had the plastic bottles of water before too. And if you leave them in the car, especially in the summertime, and they get warm, then like I find that the water tastes funny. It almost has like a plasticky taste to it. So a reusable water bottle is a great way to save money in the long run. And these keep your water cold, where if you're drinking out of a single-use plastic water bottle, they get warm pretty quickly. So I'm not knocking, I have had times where I've either drank my water bottle and I've stopped off and I've bought water. I buy cases of bottled water too because, if we're hosting or going to a picnic, um, sometimes it's just easier to throw water in a cooler and have it for people to help themselves. But for the most part, we really use our water bottles a great deal in our house. So these are well worth the initial investment to keep your liquid colder and just to, reduce the use of the single-use water bottles over a period of time. So the other thing that I thought that I would mention real quickly is if you order off of Amazon, I do this currently. I actually went on, so I have Amazon Prime, and I did go on to my Amazon profile and I selected, I forget exactly what they call it, but you can go on and you can edit your shipping. So rather than like the 2-day shipping, I chose, I think like Tuesday and Friday is my shipping days. So what that does is it'll kind of hold your purchases maybe for like an extra day or whatever. And but they'll combine your purchases into fewer boxes. Part of the reason why I did that was I just thought it was kind of stupid to, like, I don't always necessarily need something immediately. Um, but I was finding that we were getting a ridiculous amount of boxes, especially during the shutdown. We were ordering stuff online, and I was ordering a lot of craft stuff and whatnot online because I had a lot of time to do crafts because nobody was going anywhere. So I found that I was getting a ridiculous number of boxes. So I actually did go on Amazon and I opted for 2 days a week for my deliveries. And it's nice because we get less boxes, so I feel like there's a lot less waste. There's less things going into my recycle bin. Because honestly, who needs that many boxes? You know, all all most of us do is break them down and put them in the recycle bin. So I felt like it was just a waste of really, a waste of money for Amazon. Not that they can't probably afford it, but still, like why have all those boxes that I don't need and they just take up space? So that's an option too. If you didn't know that that is an option, if you log on to your Amazon Prime and you go into my account and then like find shipping, and then there's a way in there that you can pick the days of the week that you want your deliveries to come on. I chose Tuesdays and Fridays because I thought that those were spaced out nicely, and they're just tend to, I don't know. I mean, I work full time from home, so I'm home anyway Monday through Friday. So I'm here to get the boxes. I don't know. I just thought Tuesday and Friday was a nice day to have my items that I ordered delivered. Um some of the other things that you might consider doing is like I'm a runner, and so a lot of people don't know, but you can actually take your worn out sneakers. I don't know about other shoes, but like if you have trail shoes, hiking shoes, walking shoes, running sneakers, etc., you can actually take your used shoes to, I know for sure Fleet Feet offers this. I don't know about other stores. I don't, probably not Dick's. REI might if you have an REI near you. But if you take your used shoes to a Fleet Feet, you could stop in and ask REI, other stores like that. They actually recycle used shoes. They can reuse, like, probably, I think they recycle the rubber. So used shoes can be recycled. So if you take them in, you just, hand them to somebody and say that you are looking to donate those for recycle, and they gladly take them and they're like, thank you so much. So that's another option for you to take into consideration. And the other thing that maybe I will just mention is the last one, and here I have a list. So is reusing your jars. So if you buy jarred pasta sauce, for example, so a lot of times I buy jarred pasta sauce, but then sometimes I make my own pasta sauce as well. So I sometimes will save my jars from the pasta sauce, and when I make my own, then I can, whatever is left over, because I usually tend to make a large pot of it, because if you're going to go through the effort of making your own soup or sauce or whatever, chili, a lot of people, will make like a big batch of it. And then it's nice to have those jars that you can refill and pop them in the freezer. I would just say, if you're reusing a jar, to I don't fill mine all the way to the top. I leave just a little bit of space at the top. You would probably want to do this, especially if you were making soup. But yeah, if you just reuse a jar, and then a lot of times what I'll do is, especially if I'm doing like chili or pasta sauce, soup is a little bit easier to tell, but if I'm doing chili or pasta sauce, I usually will just take a piece of paper and I'll write on it chili and the date that I made it, and then I tape it onto the front, because I've had times where I've put chili or pasta sauce in a Tupperware, and then I can't, like, especially if I do both, and then I'm like, which container is which, and then when you're taking it out of the freezer, you're not really sure what it is that you're taking out of the freezer. So I'll just put I usually, just a piece of paper, and I just take a marker or whatever, and I write on it pasta sauce or chili, and I date it just so that I know the date that I made it, and then I can pop it right into the freezer. And then the next time I want, either leftover chili, or if we're having pasta again a couple weeks later or whatever, then I can take that right out, and it's a time saver in the long run, and then I've reused that product. So I hope that you have found some of these ideas helpful. I'm gonna do one more episode of these Going Green tips, and in the next episode I am going to incorporate also a tutorial. We're going to talk a little bit about reusable like makeup pads, and I'm going to show you how to make some reusable makeup pads. So I hope that you will keep an eye out for that one. Subscribe so that you don't miss it. That I'm hoping that I will be doing that episode this weekend. So I should be dropping it this weekend or Monday. So today is Friday. It is October, September 29th. I hope that you have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend ahead, and I will see you next time.